What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Effing Terrible podcast. I'm Effing Terrible, and we got our guy, Florida Steve. What's up, Florida Steve? Living the dream, counting down the days. We are 1 week away from our return trip to the Jacksonville area so I can defend my fantasy football title. I'm very excited. I forgot to ask you, I was going to do a little a tease. We're going to be live streaming our draft so you can see our board, while simultaneously simulcasting confessions from the closet about our draft. So what I mean, if I get this straight, like we're going to do it a different way, which again, I'm corrected by Steve all the time as far as technologically doing it the right way. I was thinking we're probably going to stream our draft on one social media site while live streaming the confessional closet on a different social media site. I like it. I like the idea of being able to watch us live on TikTok as we draft, but then also shoot on over to Instagram and see our private confessions as we draft. I think it's a good idea. I think that's what we'll do. We'll advertise it a little more. That's my plan, at least. At least for a little while we'll do that. Gotta get a beard trim before I come down so I look good down there. Which is odd because you would assume there would be, yeah. Yeah, I would assume that people. Well, the good news is like this year now, with people watching both of them, and as we go in there, we can be mocked by the entire public, like not just each other, which is fun. Like when someone drafts Brock Purdy, like they did last year, like the whole chat room goes, "What?" Like we did. I'm gonna like it. I like it. Well, that's too bad. Yeah, that's one way to handle that. So. Well, let's jump right into it. I know you had a couple of things that you wanted to, so I will let you lead off. Most of my stuff is pretty random tonight. Um, some just real off the wall shit I got to throw out to you just to get your opinion on. But I do have some stuff I want to piggyback off with what you're doing because I know your first thing you said you wanted to talk about some Cubs. Cubs are on right now in the background. They're currently up 3-2 against the Brewers and bottom six. He's good, man. He's consistent. He pitches like he Yeah, he pitches like he comes from a country where if he fails, they're going to kill his family. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of time left. A lot of time left, and I mean, a wild card's not the worst thing either. I mean, yeah, you're right. With Shota, he's your ace, but you imagine when Justin Steele comes back, and you get to pick between the two of those guys to start your first playoff game. And let's say Boyd stays healthy and comes back again, like you got a staff coming around. But like my biggest frustration is I was watching a game against the Pirates the other day, and I have this down in my notes. Second and third, no outs, three straight strikeouts. That's not professional baseball. Second and third, no outs. You don't get a run. You three straight strikeouts. Come on. Craig Counsell's supposed to be this, master button pusher guy who, like, manager who makes things like that's the guy who's got to manufacture runs when you need wins. Like, when you're slumping, when you're struggling, your manager needs to pull the right strings so you can manufacture wins till your bats get back together. That's true. Yeah. Oh, good. No, no, I agree that too. But I mean, the thing is like whether you got to bunt them in, I don't know what you got. I mean, you got to do something. But and I don't know where you get off on this. So like, you'll notice today and yesterday, the last two games, Tucker has been sat. He's struggling. He's struggling hard, and Craig Counsell sat him. Now, I don't doubt that he's probably got some injuries, nagging injuries. They don't call it the dog days for nothing. But if they start to win again with this kid Owen Casey and Wright, is this your opportunity to say we're not paying him what he wants? Is this your chance to say maybe we don't need him? Maybe we spend $300 million on another arm? No. He no. He plays he plays the outfield like the way Pat Maroon skates in hockey. He lumbers. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm pretty sure Owen Casey is a first baseman, is he not? He's I don't he makes everything look hard. Like he hasn't dropped anything yet, but like he makes it all look tough. But and I mean he hasn't really killed the ball. He's hit well. I mean he's young. You know, his first trip up to the majors, like obviously, like you said, he's not Kyle Tucker, but can he replace Ian Happ? Yeah, I think that's a realistic comp. Nope. We don't do that. Hmm. Average. Uh I would say, well, maybe not average. He's like a white Alfonso Soriano, I would almost say, but not as good. Like there he is. He's so streaky. He goes up and down a lot and he slumps a lot. I mean, well, like okay, I guess that's not mutually exclusive because the idea behind it is like his numbers are always going to even out. So this year he's batting 231 with 16 home runs and 56 RBIs with an OPS of 717. Oh no, no, no! I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, he's a left field. No, he's like he's professional. No, I don't know. Yeah, oh no, I'm happy he's a Cub. I guess the thing. that I'm saying is I'm not I guess calling someone average and saying that he's inconsistent or he's streaky because it's not inconsistent. If you are streaky all the time, that's a consistency. So like I guess if that's what I'm saying, like that does sound like I'm poo-pooing him, but I'm not. Like he is who he is. Like yeah, you can count on him to be streaky but still provide for you throughout the year. Like if you're just going through his stats, like he's always a middling, like middle of the road, 250 to 270 hitter. You know, his slugging is always right around 5. Okay. Home runs, he's always, well, that's not true. He floats. Yeah, he always floats between high teens, low 20s. Like he's the same guy. RBI, same thing. Hit or miss, like yeah, but no, you're right. He's a professional baseball player. Now, do you know, now that being said, I guess the next question, and I have an answer for this, so let me ask you the question. If Owen Casey is Ian Happ, are you happy? I'm happy. You're happy, right? Yeah. Because most of these guys don't even work out. Like these I mean, I don't know. I'm always not a switch hitter, so that's a problem. Ian Happ's a much better outfielder. Much better. Yeah, I mean, or if he does figure out how to play the outfield and he like a little bit better, Alfonso Soriano played left. Yeah. So like what's the problem? But I mean it's a good problem to have, like having, hey, oh, which one of our great outfielders do we want to put out there? That'd be a great problem to have. But like I said, oh yeah, now who would God, what you wouldn't give to have him back now? No way. I would love it, but I don't think that's a real thing. I don't know. Where is he? He's from Cleveland? Is he from the Cleveland area? Was that what I heard? I would love to I would love to. But isn't it just like the Cubs to get a guy back at the end of his career? No, but he's not going to be moving up. Like he's going to be who he is and then down. So like if we would have kept him, we would have got all these great years. The only one you really should have kept. Yeah. Yeah. The back was going to always spasm up, lock up. It was always what it was. Oh, you mean like them grabbing him like towards the end of the season as like a utility guy or um I guess the question is what he's been doing nothing, right? He's off. You got to I mean, you can't do that at the last minute. You got to get him in and get some games in. Like if it works, I mean, the guy that's been there, it's a guy that's been there. No, well, he's been here before. Yeah, bat speed, not running speed. Well, I mean, I guess that's the question because, like, every year you make a move to go grab that one specialty guy. Like, are you going to get a guy like Rizzo for an extra bat, or are you going to go find a 125-pound track star that puts on a baseball uniform every year? Like what's his name? Like the who's the kid that played for the Reds and Billy Hamilton. Yeah, like when they grab him, like everybody always grabbed that guy as they were making a playoff run, thinking, Oh, he's going to steal, a few bags for us. Like, yeah, so I mean, it's that guy or another big bat off the bench who can hit clutch, but isn't that kind of what you have Justin Turner for? I mean, I'm not saying I'm against it. I mean, yeah, they got to get him. They got to get him working right now. Yeah, I don't know. No, I had neither, but I had neither, but I would like it. I mean, nostalgic wise, it's like when the Hawks brought Sharpie back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, you got to figure that guy's in line for some sort of position coach. Like, that guy's an emotional leader. Like, yeah, he's a huge part of Chicago loves him too. So like I think he'll come back at some point. I just don't know what he'll do. Fair, which is fair. Totally fair. I agree. So yeah, I agree. I agree. So as we keep it in sports, before I go completely off the rail, what's that? What? To keep it in sports? Oh, for the remainder of it, once we get down there, we're gonna go outside. Yes, we will. Right after this. And this is actually pretty sports adjacent. So, did you have any more hardcore sports you wanted to do before I start to go adjacent? Well, then let's do that because I mean, my shit's going to get off the rails pretty quick here. I mean, well, it's preseason. Here's what I'll say. I'll say two things. One, I put no stock in the third quarter of a preseason game where you threw for 130 yards and two touchdowns. I don't take any stock of it. A little bit, but here's the thing. This is what I wanted to follow it up with. It is never going to matter for him, and here's why. We all now know that he is not great. Could he be a legitimate good backup or fill in productive quarterback in the NFL? I don't think we'll ever know because no one is going to want to put up with all of the fucking nonsense that follows with it. He walked into a preseason game for his first preseason game with an entourage that was carrying a sickle. That's not what you want from your backup quarterback. You know what I mean? You don't really want that from your quarterback, period, but let alone your backup. Or like a middling, like he's probably Geno Smith, realistically. Oh yeah. Do I think he would? Are you at? Are you asking me if he technically with his traits can he or will he? Okay, he's not going to, and what you gave was a perfect example. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, when he looked decent with the Seahawks, like you said, Baker fell into the right position. Look how he looked at the Browns. Look how he looked everywhere else. Then he gets to the Bucks, and all of a sudden he's in the right situation, and it worked out, right? No right situation is going to be willing to gamble or need to gamble on Shador Sanders' talent when you weigh the options or the risk reward for all the fucking nonsense he brings. The sickle, the sickle factor, like that. Oh, I would definitely put all my money on career backup. You think he'll start somewhere? Oh, I don't think I would. I would think he. I don't even think he's going to start. I don't even know that he'll start this year. No, he's not the answer. But like they just based on the team, they put him as a fourth string quarterback. If they were going to do things like that on purpose, what the fuck was the point of taking him? Well, the Browns want to humble somebody. The Browns, like, what the fuck? Well, again, that place is a dumpster fire. Well, it's not the Giants. If you're thinking the Giants are looking like geniuses right now, according to the preseason. No, I'm talking about Jackson Dart. He looks like he knows what he's doing, but then again, it's all preseason. Hey, you got to remember, people had Mitchy Trubisky fitted for a Pro Bowl, a Hall of Fame jacket during the preseason. Well, the bottom line is this: if the Brown if Shador was good enough to be good, if he was really good, the Browns out of anyone would take him. The Browns would have him starting. If he was good, they would start him because they needed all the help they can get. He's athletic. And we did this a lot. Not as much down the field as because he's not a big, fit it in tight windows down the field. He's air it out deep to Travis and hit the dump down or take off. It's really, yeah, it's like it's not, yeah, it's more, not again, not comparing. He's Mahomesy, where his ability to get around, yeah, he's super athletic. Overall, his percentages are show that he's accurate. Oh, everyone can. If you get him out of the system he's in and into a professional system, yeah. Well, because the thing is like if he doesn't leave the Browns, he's fucked for life anyway. So I mean, they could fuck up a wet dream. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be an uphill battle. He's got a long way to go. He's got an uphill battle. But in the good, yeah. But the good news is I'm getting really good at these segues. We were talking about your guy Jackson Dart, and he's exactly who I had to have this conversation about. This is where this came from. How many times have you seen photos of that Jackson Dart's mom? Boys, if you're going into a professional sport, if you're going to a draft and you got a smoking mom, leave her at home. Leave her at home. Put the titties away. Put the titties away, mom. Yeah, let's hide the girls, ma. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would, if I were Jackson Dart, I'd be like, listen, put them titties away, mom. But like, this guy's mom's all over the internet. And I was thinking about, there's been a few other ones, man. Like, if you're going to a draft and your mom's that good looking, you got to hide her a little bit. You got to get a mink on her or something, or something's got to be put a hoodie or a sweater. I don't know. But yeah, now she's all cleavaged up at the Giants games. Oh, I'm not going to tell you what just happened in the game. Don't look over my shoulder. You're delayed. But yeah, yeah, that was the one thing I was just very curious about that. So then the other thing that I wanted to bring up, I got some really, really weird shit. So as we say in football, men cheerleaders in the NFL now. Not now, because I looked it up and now this year's men's cheerleaders are a little different, obviously. There have been male cheerleaders that have like been like the college cheerleaders since 2018 for the NFL. Little bit different this year. They're dancing a lot. And this is where I'm going because I'm sure you're thinking, where is he going to go with this? And what I'd like to point out is, from what I heard, there's anywhere between 5 and 7 teams that now have male cheerleaders. And at the maximum, they started doing this in 2018. And then I also heard that there are now 3 of those males are the captains of said cheerleading teams or cheerleading squads. So my question to you is, are men just better at everything than women? Because like we haven't even been cheerleading in the NFL that long and we're already captains. Because like we got men winning Miss America, we got men winning Woman of the Year, we got men doing all this stuff. We're pretty good at everything. So you don't think men are better cheerleaders than women? Because it sounds like we are. Which I agree with. Oh yeah, the massive. Absolutely. No, I'm not either. Let's do that. Yeah, agreed. Hmm. I don't get. Probably true. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that we're unbelievably good at all the things women used to do where we weren't allowed. Now we're there and we're doing it really well. Like, so yeah, that's my question. Like, if it's your first year as a cheerleader for the Minnesota Vikings and you walk in and there's women that have been cheering there for the last 6 or 7 years and they give this guy the captain spot, I would be fucking hot. I'd be furious. That sucks. Yeah, it's sketchy. It is like we're on lockstep the whole time for this whole day. We're pretty much same guy today. I'm not either. I was obviously being it was tongue in cheek because it's ridiculous. It's just I mean like the fact that they gave this person whatever. If you want to make him a cheerleader, I don't give a shit. But then you're gonna go ahead and make them the captain. Like that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And that's the difference between men and women, which leads me into my next segue. I'm getting great at this. Think about this. Is there anything that women do on the planet, in the world, that is like the way men do pickup sports? Like how dudes just show up at a basketball court and there'll be like 40 dudes, and without like even getting to know each other, they're like, you want next? You want to roll? You want to run with us? And everyone just figures it out. Like there's nothing that women do like that. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Oh yeah, in your head, and then you get out of bed and you, yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad you. I might try that when I get up when I get done with this. I might throw it at the wall and see if it sticks. So yeah, I couldn't pick one. Yeah, it's up to you. Totally up to you. All right. Well, so now that we've done that, I have three things I want to ask you, and I'll name them all, and then you can pick which order you want to go in them and how we want to talk about it. What do you do if you're if you're taking a shit during the national anthem? Have you seen the social media page Dingers Off Downs? And then the third thing is four-door electric Mustangs. You just tell me which one you want to start with. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Make the effort. Make the effort. I agree. No. Again, this podcast may be the smoothest we've ever had. I totally agree. If you got the hot snakes and you can't get off, but you got a hat on, you do one of these, you get your phone out, you get a look at it, you mouth the words, but you can't stand up because you're don't stand up. Don't yeah. Yeah, our country understands. Our country understands. Totally agree. Okay, great. So there's number one. Yeah, he's wrong. And, and, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. I don't know. I don't know what to say to people that buy the V6. So yeah, agreed. So we're talking about the V6 Mustang. If you get a V6 Mustang, I'm going to berate you. I'm going to make fun of you. I'm going to question your decision making. I have a cousin who will be unnamed who had one for a long time, and I made fun of him regularly for it. but I still kept him as family and we still spent time together. Now, I will go this far because I saw. I'm going to let him know you said that about him. Be like, hey, we were talking about your old car again. Um, this is how far I'm willing to go for this one. As I was walking out of the gym, I saw a person getting out of that vehicle. I won't call it that. Yeah. And he looked at me and said, hey, how's it going? Snubbed him. Will not respond to you. Not only am I not going to talk to you, I know for a fact we will never get along. I won't even spend time with you to berate you. I got nothing for you. That, what you're doing is wrong. All right. It's what you're doing is wrong. All right. This is where I come down on it. And this is an extreme. I understand that. Some people don't like people who are gay. That's a real thing. Okay. And we called the V6 pretty gay, little gay. We made a joke about the person that we knew that was driving it being kind of gay. All right. I don't mind gay guys, right? Gays, going to Boys Town is, I've had some of the best times of my life. Gay dudes know how to have a great time. They don't pick out great cars. I've never had a bad time at a gay bar. Now, here's the thing: you wouldn't go to a fat guy for advice on how to get thin. You wouldn't go to a gay guy to help you pick out your car, but you would go to him to have a good time because they know how to have fun. So, that being said, I wouldn't call driving the EV Mustang gay. That's the equivalent of raping a farm animal. All right? I don't want you in my life. Get the fuck away from me, you sicko. There's something wrong with you. Get away from me. It's not it's not that I'm poo-pooing EVs. I'm fine with you on an EV. I'm saying if you go out of your way to get a brand new Mustang four-door EV, you're a jagoff. You're against everything that's right in the world. You're a shithead. Don't talk to me. I don't want to speak to you. I wouldn't piss in your mouth if your teeth are on fire. Any EV you want, get a Prius for all I care. But if you're gonna get a four-door Mustang, get a Prius. Yeah, I would do that. Okay. And don't put four door. Oh, I mean, if you're gonna, and if it isn't, yeah, well, yep, I agree. All right, so I'll do this before I have to. I almost forgot I have to finish up with something somewhat serious I haven't gotten to talk to you about yet. But if you have the opportunity, uh, to go onto social media and look up, it's on TikTok, wherever, everywhere. There is this site called Dingers Off Downs. This is nothing. This is nothing but a guy who sits there and plays wiffle ball with his Down syndrome friend and just crushes home runs off of him. No, 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 no. The pitcher has Down syndrome. The Shane Gillis is. Well, it goes back to where. No, this is better. They're having a great time. They're having a great time making Boston, and it's the Shane Gillis thing that he said. Like, well, oh, how are they doing? They're having the best time out of anyone I know. You know, like, but yeah, like that's the thing is that's why I like to support that site, that page, because I think they're clearly enjoying it. They're having a good time. It is fun because he gets really pissed when he gives up home runs, and the other guy's just busting his balls. It's really great. Dingers off downs. Go check it out. We're fans. So, okay. You, you know McGregor will be back for that. That's his last fight ever. That's gonna be his. It's gonna be his. How about McGregor Diaz again? They should be making fun of it. They should be laughing at it. This is why the WNBA fails. They don't know how to have a good time. You probably would. That's a good one. No, it is great. And I agree. I think they should be leaning into it, and I would love to see him throw one at a game. No pun intended. Let let her cook. Uh I hate that I have to transition out of that to something serious. But I haven't gotten to talk to you about this. I know you probably saw it that we posted it a few times. But as I double check our calendar so I can make sure I give you the right dates, and there will be more coming. This September 12th, 13th, and 14th, at the Midwest Training and Ice in Dyer, Indiana, there'll be a hockey tournament that's just being called a charity hockey tournament. But a large amount of the proceeds are going to go to Officer Aaron Antmeyer's family and child. If you're not aware, Officer Antmeyer of the St. John Police Department was playing hockey at our home rink a few weeks ago and had a medical emergency on the ice and passed away. He was, I'd only met him a few times. I'm not trying to say that I knew him very well. I've met him just a few times in passing through friends. He was always unbelievably courteous and unbelievably kind to everyone that we were with. He helped out with numerous things that we've done. Um, it was a huge shock for anyone to pass away in that way. It's a shock, especially when it's a really young, healthy hockey player who is a police officer. He was the commander of a SWAT of the local SWAT team. Uh, just the amount of outpouring for him really speaks to the kind of person he was. And I've reached out to anyone that would that's it has anything to do with it, and let them know that they have our full support and anything that we can do. They're going to do another major event for him shortly. They're trying to put something together befitting someone as wonderful as him with but they need a little more time to put that together. But this one that's coming up in September, which we shared on all our social media, that money will go to his daughter. He does have a daughter that he left behind, and it's unbelievably hard. It's crazy to think about. If you're 45, I'm 42. You go to play kickball, like you were talking, and you don't just pull your hamstrings, you pass away. No one's ready for that. It's an awful thing. He left an amazing legacy. He passed doing something that he thoroughly enjoyed. But it's an awful thing. Uh, but we hope that anyone that's listening that wants to get involved can reach out to us on our website or any of our social media to ask how they can help, to ask what they can donate, and I'll get you the right answers. I'm not organizing it; the his teammates are, and I will get you the information that you can that you need to help him and help his family members and his daughter. It's crazy to me to think and like take a few minutes because like I know that we both have been through a lot and we were obviously pretty close, but the idea that someone our age could just get up and go play a pickup game of hockey and all of a sudden they're gone. It's nuts. Like, and not to give out all the details, but everything that could have been done was done. Um, a lot of he was when he hit the ice right away, and they had started CPR on the spot. They had two different military members that were medics, and then an a nurse that was in the stands for the game. So from what I was told, so I mean, there was really nothing they could do. They did everything they could possibly do, from what I was told, and this was just his time, which is terrible. But that's what it was, and it's a shame. But we will carry on now, trying to do wonderful things in his name. And I hope that we get an opportunity to help and we will pass the word along. But yeah, man, I didn't get a chance to reach out to you. We were up at the lake and I got an email or a text message from a friend being like, listen, I know you need to be involved. I don't know how much you need to be involved, but did you hear about this? Like, so it was such a huge shocker to me. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, you imagine that 44, man. That dude was in a heck of a lot better shape than we are, too. I'm going to tell you that right now. That dude was Captain Fitness. Like he was a very, very athletic dude. A huge part of the community too. So, but I hate to end on a negative note, but yeah, I wanted to get that information out. We have been sharing the posts from the Chiliana team that are doing things for him, and I will make sure that we do more, and I'll get it out there again. But if you can't, just go ahead and look it up. Go ahead. Dude, that number is massive. Every single listener does $1. I mean, I mean, that's amazing for his kid. He's got a little girl. who obviously is now without her dad. And not that money will make it easier, but like, or make it better. But like, yeah, let's take away some of the things they have to worry about other than that. So I'll keep sharing the information about it. But this was a this was a good one. I feel like tonight we were, as we're getting closer to being closer together, as we're getting closer to my trip, we're simpatico. We're doing well. So we will let's jump back in again next week and check in on the Cubs, who just apparently won again. The long. That's why it's called the dog days. It's the dog days of summer. They'll be back. Don't worry. Cubs are gonna be all right. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Check us out everywhere. Download us. Go to our social media. Effing Terrible Sports on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Effing Terrible Sports on YouTube. And then also the Effing Terrible Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, head on over to our website and check out our new merch that's going up tonight. Our new terrible hoodies that look oddly similar to an old Vancouver jersey. Oh, we don't. None of this is for me, man. No, we're really lucky to be able to do that. We're really lucky to be able to pay it forward. We've gotten to sponsor some really cool things. If you've been following, you got to watch our guy Colin, who we got to sponsor him. He is now in Wales, getting ready to start his first preseason game this week. If you get an opportunity, also as we're talking about a little bit more fun, go ahead on over to the D-Side Dragons of Wales, and follow all their social media. Our guy Colin is being sponsored by Effing Terrible Sports this year. We're gonna have him on a bunch. We're gonna have some more of the D Side Dragons. Go check them out for some good semi-pro hockey out there in Wales. So until next week, are we gonna do one next week, or are we gonna just wait and do it when I get to the house Thursday? We'll do another one tomorrow, and then do our next week's one. We'll have to do it in person, and there in the man cave. All right, take it easy, bud.